You know, I was recently watching some clip of some kid participating in a spelling bee, and I thought to myself, what the hell? I mean, spelling bees have got to be the single most useless thing you could ever think to enroll your child into. The single least beneficial thing in your child's life is going to be a spelling bee. Your child will not gain anything, not a single thing, from learning how to spell some random words that are of no use to anybody. The whole thing is, I see these spelling bees and I just think to myself, what sad existences these kids are living. Because I used to have a friend in primary school, and he used to participate in these spelling bees, and I used to tell him, man, this stuff is so pathetic. It's so sad. It's useless. And of course, years later, he told me, "Yep, you're right. Spelling bees, there's absolutely nothing to be gained from them. It's a complete joke. Your child learns nothing." And some of these kids are so they're so. I'm just trying to find the right language, the right verbiage here, because we're talking about kids, right? Some of these kids, they're not developed socially. Hmm? They're nowhere. You can see that their prospects, as far as being able to navigate life at that very point in time that they're on stage spelling those random nonsense words, very slim. Those prospects are very slim. And a lot of these kids, they they focus. It's kind of like how you got these kids who focus on school and they're nerds, and people call them losers and all this. And the sad part is there is some truth to that, and that truth is increasing. I'll explain in a bit. But you've got those kids who focus so much on school and they don't develop themselves in other areas, and so they become inept in the areas of life that really do matter. Now imagine focusing on something that doesn't even benefit you academically, right? A spelling bee, and you're on stage spelling these words. You leave, and what do you get? Seriously, what do these kids even win as prizes? If you have a kid competing in a spelling bee and maybe the prize is $1 million or something, then okay, then that's a gamble. That's a gamble you are taking because you want to better your lives. You want to better your lives financially. I get that. But otherwise, he's just participating in some spelling bee to say he can spell a bunch of words. It is useless. Okay, do not enroll your kids in spelling bees. Do not do it. You're going to be contributing adversely to your child's development. Don't do it, man. Just don't, because these are the most useless things I've ever seen. I remember I saw this kid on a YouTube clip spelling some word, and he was sniffing, sniffing all the time. Some white kid with glasses was sniffing, and you could see this kid he's the kind of kid that other kids would look at and say, man, what a loser. That's what they say about him, like, what a loser, right? And sadly, they would be right with respect to his ability to navigate the world beyond being able to spell some random useless words. You see what I'm saying? And I saw a bunch of comments. I saw one of them saying, this kid is gonna be, like, the person said something like, to all those being so rude to this kid is gonna be your boss one day, blah blah blah. No, that's not how the world works. Nope, nope, nope. It used to be back in the day, especially, that you went to school, you did well academically. Let's say you became a doctor or something. At least the doctor part still kind of applies, but you did academically and well academically, and then you, I don't know, went to get some job somewhere. Okay, it used to be that they'd hire you based on your grades and all this, but now it's much more about who you know. It's not what you know. It's just your connections and stuff. Even in the world of academia, right? People writing PhD papers. It's about who you know, how clicked in you are and stuff like that. It's not about how brilliant you are, how gifted you are, how right you are. Speak to PhD students, they'll tell you, no, the whole thing's nonsense. The stuff that you see in the media about the latest research and stuff, it's just a bunch of people who have connections that are getting themselves out there. So they could be promoting absolute nonsense, but they're out there. And so, wait, hold up. Needed to belch there. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. And so, the whole world it's really about your ability to spot advantages that you can actually exploit, right? Your ability to see things and then take advantage of them. That's very, very important in life. Being social is a crucial aspect of that, right? Because you'll find as you move through life The better you are with people, the better you will do, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you're doing. Right? Locking yourself away and focusing on, you know, academic results to the point where you are socially inept. I mean, that's the kind of the nonsense that you only see working out for fictional characters, right? People like Sheldon Cooper, a completely fictional character who, if he was like that in real life, would be absolutely nowhere, would achieve absolutely nothing. Well, pretty much, really, because I mean, even as I said, you get into university, you've got to be a certain kind of a person to actually kind of do well, which is actually surprisingly why a lot of these child geniuses, you may have seen them on YouTube or whatever, child geniuses, child prodigies, they don't go anywhere. You know, they're hot for like a year or so on the media, then poof, they disappear. They don't really achieve much. You see what I'm saying? Because the world is bigger than than a bunch of grades. You have to be well-rounded. And geez, if you're going to lock yourself away or focus on something to the point where you are now not developing in other areas, don't let that be a spelling bee. Do not do that to your children, please. Don't put them in these useless competitions that do not contribute anything meaningful to their lives. I just had to make that little rant. You know, I hate seeing this. I hate seeing kids' lives go to waste.